Good morning, Neha ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good
Ma'am, shall
morning,
we
Vinay
start?
sir. Actually,
Morning, Neha.
Ma'am, shall we start?
Yes, we would. Is it 10 o'clock?
Yes, ma'am. I
Okay.
welcome you all to this training program, Learning How to Learn Powerful Mental Tools. It's my pleasure to have Principal Ma'am Seema Malik amongst us, who will share her ideas and insights with us. I request Principal Ma'am to take over the session.
Thank you, Neha. I hope the participants have joined. I can see
Yes, ma'am.
63 participants.
Ma'am, it will reach like 100 very soon.
All right. Let me first share the screen and show you the presentation that I am doing for you today. Can everybody see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So today, after a day of discussing many tools with which we can do our learning better, today we are discussing that why some of us procrastinate, why some of us delay matters. It's a very common habit of people. And obviously, it doesn't need any emphasis that when you have the habit of procrastination, then learning does take a back seat because you keep on postponing what you ought to be doing. So let us see how to harness the habit of procrastination or delaying and how to use the technique of Pomodoro. I hope my wonderful participants remember the word Pomodoro, the Italian word for tomato.
Tomato.
Yes, and it was discovered this technique was invented by a scientist. I shall be discussing that today. And let us start using Pomodoro in our lives. And I do it very often. And I have seen it succeeding very well. Actually, Pomodoro is a time management method. For this, a timer is used to break down work into intervals, traditionally 25 minutes in length. And each interval is called the Pomodoro, an Italian word for tomato. It is named after a tomato-shaped kitchen timer used by Francesco Cirillo in 1980s. So it's almost 4 decades old practice, which people have been using very successfully, and it has really spread everywhere. And people do use it for their efficiency. As I said, I use it very often. So let's see what are the various steps in the Pomodoro technique. How do we do that? We first decide on what task is to be done today. What is a priority? That is, you set up the priority because you see, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of tasks to be done in a day, too many. And more efficient people, they create a list the previous evening. They write down what is to be done. Out of those, you remember what I told you about what kind of activity should be done first thing in the morning? You remember?
The most difficult ones.
The most difficult ones. So the most difficult one, you pick up your priority, do the most difficult one. And then set the Pomodoro timer. Now, Pomodoro timer could be an alarm clock or a watch, but never a mobile, never a mobile. I can tell you that very emphatically. And the reason is the mobile gives you own beeps and messages, and you get to know, and you get very intrigued by the mobiles that what is a message that has come and what is it that I need to attend to. So set up your time by either an alarm clock or you set up by a watch. An alarm clock is much better because you will have to pick up the watch to see what is the time. Alarm clock can be placed on the table, and you will know when is the time. Work on the task next. And stop working when the timer rings. Set up a timer. 25 minutes, all that it needs, 25 minutes. Take a short break of 3 to 5 minutes after one Pomodoro. And then continue your work. Again, do the next Pomodoro. And if there's a long task, take a 15 to 30 minutes break in a series of Pomodoros that you can do. I have seen from the experience that I've had a Pomodoro that I can work at the most continuously with undivided attention and relentless focus for about 4 Pomodoros. So for 4 Pomodoros with a little break here and there, 2 minutes, 3 minutes at the most. And then I can, in 2 hours time, I just get up from my task, and whatever has been done, I feel happy that this was a totally focused task. And normally what I do when I do the consecutive Pomodoros, then I don't look at the mobile at all in the break also, like when we have the 2-3 minutes break, because you know what happens, have you noticed, if there is a task on which you are continuing to work and there's an email which you know sets you you know alarmed and which makes you a little upset, then that kind of email can be you know a deterrent for the next task. So that you have to remember. Checking the laptop, checking the emails, checking the phone. You know what we can, I mean, if supposing you were given a choice that you had a choice between doing various things. So what you will do, and before you people answer, just one quick clarification here. When you are focusing on a task only on one Pomodoro at a particular time, and then you're going to the next, no harm. Just check your mail, check your mobile, make a quick phone call, and do anything that you want, because the next task is different. But when you're continuing to do the same task, then the emails, messages, chats could be distracting. Otherwise, that is fine if you are not able to stay away from phone for more than 25 minutes, that's all right. So let me ask you, my dear friends, what would you like to do? If you only had 3 to 5 minutes, at the most 5 minutes break, what will you do? Yes, Neha.
Ma'am, I would listen to one song.
Okay.
Ma'am,
wonderful. Oh, that's brilliant, Neha. That's
Yes,
brilliant.
Ma'am, I do.
that you know even rejuvenates your mind.
Yes, ma'am.
And it gives you greater focus. Wonderful. Who else?
Good morning.
What?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Shobha.
Meenu this side, ma'am.
Yes, good morning, Meenu.
Ma'am, I would like to ask, what is the time span of this Pomodoro?
See,
Like
some people, a minimum Pomodoro should be of 25 minutes. But some people with practice, with experience, with the kind of work that they do, they learn to do a Pomodoro even of 90 minutes.
Okay.
1.5 hours.
So like I have a task with me. So I set my alarm clock for 25 minutes. Take a break in between for 5 minutes and then go ahead again for 20.
Yeah. And like Neha, if you listen to a song, it will add to your
definitely. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
If you are an artist, quickly look at the painting. And if you are a person like me who gets tired of sitting, I quickly get up at 25 minutes, take a quick round of the room.
Yes.
Same here.
Yeah,
Same here, ma'am.
I like to get up.
Like, exactly. You keep get tired of sitting.
Yes. And you know what? After a long Pomodoro, sometimes I do a 90 minutes Pomodoro. Then after that, I just stand on the floor, bare feet, and do the stretching exercises. Because
yes. Yes,
it has an impact on your neck, on your back. Do you know that?
Right.
Yes.
Long sitting hours, they take a toll. A lot of people who do a lot of work on computer in particular, they really, get affected by long sitting hours. So do what you want to do.
Thank you, ma'am.
Who else would like to say something on this?
I'm Shobha, ma'am.
Yes, Shobha, please go ahead.
Good morning, ma'am. As I'm a dance teacher, so generally my work is physical exercise. So in between, I want to sit, close my eyes and breathe, relaxed. So relax myself through that. Wonderful. And then take the other task.
So Sadhana, what do you like to do?
Ma'am, stretching. Because I feel tired when I sit for a longer time at one place.
Yeah.
So I close my eyes and just
stretch yourself.
There. Yeah, stretch myself.
Yeah. Now there is a physical education teacher I just saw, Vinod. Vinod, what do you like to do if you have a 2 to 3 minutes break between tasks?
Hello.
Yes, Vinod.
Ma'am, I'll talk to tree plants.
You talk to plants?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Tell us about it.
Actually, मैम जब उनको हम पानी वगैरह देते हैं तो उनसे पूछते हैं क्या चाहिए, तो वो बोलते हैं मैम.
Really?
Really, मैम.
So delighted. मतलब आपको लगता है कि प्लांट्स आपसे बात कर रहे हैं?
हाँ, बात करते हैं मैम. वो कहते हैं मेरे को ये चाहिए, तो मैं उनके पास जाता हूँ. वो कहते हैं मैं आपको कुछ दे रहा हूँ, तो मैं भी उसको देना चाहिए ना, मेरे को कुछ.
आप तो नेचर लवर है विनोद.
जी मैम.
That's very nice. आपको जो चीज पसंद आती है, जो कुछ आपको अच्छा लगता है, I can tell you that. आपको जो अच्छा लगता है वो आपसे बातें करता है.
राइट.
तो कोई भी चीज हो, वो एक बेजान चीज हो सकती है, लेकिन वो आपसे बातें करती है. पेड़ आपसे बातें करते हैं.
राइट.
फूल आपसे बातें करते हैं. जो नेचर लवर होते हैं वो सब आपसे बातें करते हैं. जो म्यूजिक लवर होते हैं, गाने उनसे बातें करते हैं. जो कहानियां पढ़ने के शौकीन होते हैं, कहानियां उनसे बात करती हैं. एक्चुअली जो आप कह रहे हैं वो बिल्कुल फैक्ट है, और ये रिसर्च प्रूवन साइंटिफिक थिंग है कि जो चीज में आपका मन लगता है, आपको जो चीज ज्यादा अच्छी लगती है, वो आपसे बिना वर्ड्स के भी आपसे बात करती है.
राइट मैम. वो फीलिंग आती है, फीलिंग आती है मैम.
एग्जैक्टली. वेरी नाइस, ब्यूटीफुल.
लाइक जैसे स्कूल में
मैम गुड मॉर्निंग
स्टूडेंट्स हैं, वो हम एक दूसरे से जुड़े हुए हैं.
जी जी. पंपा, आप कुछ यस, व्हाट डू यू वांट?
मैम, मुझे भी सेम फीलिंग है. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि बस 2 टाइम पानी देने के बजाय अगर एक दिन मैं पानी नहीं देती हूँ, कि प्लांट शाम को मेरी तरफ देख के बातें करे कि पानी दे, हम सूख रहे. मुझे भी ऑलवेज मैं नेचर लवर हूँ, तो मैं 2 टाइम पानी देती हूँ, मैं सुबह और शाम. एक दिन लेट हो जाता है, मुझे ऐसे ही फील होता है कि सारे पौधे मेरी तरफ देख के मतलब पानी मांग रहे. ऐसा लग रहा है पौधे बोल रहे हैं मेरे साथ.
बहुत अच्छा लगा ये सुन के कि हम लोगों में से कई नेचर लवर हैं जिनसे प्लांट्स बातें करते हैं, कई म्यूजिक लवर्स हैं जिनसे सॉन्ग्स बातें करते हैं, और कई रीडर्स हैं जिनसे किताबें बात करती हैं. तो सब चीजें जो भी हमें पसंद आती हैं. तो पोमोडोरो जो आप करते हैं, तो जो ब्रेक लेते हैं, ब्रेक में आप वो चीज कीजिए जो आपको बहुत पसंद है. और मुझे सबसे ज्यादा पसंद, जैसे पर्सनल एग्जाम्पल, मैं क्या करती हूँ कि खड़ी होके थोड़ा सा स्ट्रेचिंग करती हूँ, थोड़ा सा चलती हूँ, क्योंकि मैं ज्यादा देर बैठ नहीं सकती हूँ. आई फील वेरी रेस्टलेस because I have told you in the previous training program one day back that I like a lot of physical activities. I like exercising a lot, walking a lot. So यही चीजें मुझे ज़्यादा पसंद आती हैं. So find out your own ways of enjoying your short break. Now let us see what are the benefits of regular breaks. जब आप regular break, now this is different. My dear ladies and gentlemen, this is different from the Pomodoro break, because this is a longer break sometimes we take. They help in assimilation. आपने जो काम किया है उसको आपने assimilate भी करना है. You have to synthesize it also. So they help in dealing with internal, external interruptions, and they lead to focus of your task, the flow of your task. So the break is very wonderful. You do take a break. It is really nice. When you cut down the interruptions during the Pomodoro, you will stay more focused. So can you just, it's a request to all of you, it's an advice to all of you, that take out 25 minutes of uninterrupted work every day for at least one focused Pomodoro. If you want to do more of them, do that. But get into this determination, get into this willpower, and tell yourself that I am going to learn the technique, and anything that I'm doing, I shall be focusing only on that. I'm not looking here and there. Tell me, ladies and gentlemen, a very common phenomena, and just tell me if you agree with me. And if you disagree also, please do tell me. Sometimes I have sat into meetings and somebody is saying something. After 5 minutes, I'm asked that, so what do you think about it? And I suddenly feel embarrassed because I thought I was listening, and I was probably listening, but I was maybe listening from the ears, but not listening from the mind. Has it happened with you? That you don't even register what was said to you. You think that you have heard.
Yes, ma'am.
But you've not heard.
Yes,
Yes,
definitely,
it happens.
Does happen. Yes.
It does happen.
True, ma'am.
It's a common phenomenon. It's a very common phenomenon. So I sometimes think, if it happens with me also, then obviously you can imagine the students, how much it must be happening to them, isn't it? So these are the things which these kind of programs or these kind of discussions, they help you understand that what are the various distractions in our life and how we can set them aside. That look here, distraction, I'm going to look at you after 25 minutes of my Pomodoro, and before that, I don't even want to know what is happening because I'm focused on my task. That is the best part of Pomodoro.
There's one, ma'am.
Even, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. There's one article I was reading, and it was all about the wandering thoughts. And it's mentioned that when we are sitting or somewhere and for after 10 or 20 minutes, then again we go to somewhere else. You know, it's something very natural. So the wandering thoughts are really excitement comes. Yeah.
Wandering thoughts. You're right, David. Wandering thoughts are the real problem with a lot of people, that they can't stay focused on one thing. They can't stay focused on one task. They keep on wandering all over the place and distracting themselves. They often lose focus because their mind wanders too much. Those of you who have had any experience of reading Bhagavad Gita, there also you must have read that the only thing that you need to control is your mind and your thoughts, the wandering thoughts. Keep them under control of yours, isn't it? Which is
the most fun.
Even, ma'am, I used to start my class with the meditation that the child has come from the different subject and they need the break. So I started with the meditation for 2 or 3 minutes, then start the class. So it keeps us calm, and then we are ready for the next one, the learning.
Okay.
I also have a question, ma'am. Like we talk about 25 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes time frame. When the child writes his exam for 3 long hours, so how can he practice this? Because he has to complete his work on time. He has to actually focus, yet he's not able to focus because this time span of 25 minutes has gone. So what should we advise them? Should and move around or go for a washroom or something?
Rekha is a good question, and let me put it in perspective. When I'm talking about the Pomodoro, I'm talking about the practice of learning, isn't it? And this practice of learning, whatever it is, which is revising before the exams or learning some new mathematical formulas, learning a new scientific experiment and all that, it is good for Pomodoro, is good for that. When you come to the task which you have to perform, for example, supposing if I'm addressing a conference, which I often do nowadays, often speaking to universities. So when I do a presentation to them, it could be 1 hour presentation. Obviously, I have to stay focused. So with the help of the Pomodoro techniques, I have learned to have my attention span for that particular time absolutely undivided. So the students, when they do the Pomodoro regularly, at least the senior students, you can train them on Pomodoro. When they come to 3 hours exam, they will do it wonderfully. Like we do. We have meetings sometimes for 3 hours and we do it very well. You people are teaching for the whole day, but the only difference is that after every 40 minutes, at least you get to move a little bit.
Yes.
You go from one class to another class, and on the way from one class to another class, you pass by a child, you smile at the child.
We see different faces. We see different faces in different classes.
Yes, absolutely. And the route to the next class, you meet a teacher, you smile at her, you crack a joke. That is your break.
That's fun.
That is your break. That is what you want. Just some distraction for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then you're fine. And then you enter a new class, and how lucky you are that you see new set of children after that. just tell me, my dear friends, and Rekha, you also, and everybody, sometimes don't you wonder that there are a lot of people who, particularly my parent generation, they have worked 40, 50 years in the same organization, in the same office, in the same government job, sitting on the same chair, on the same table, taking the same route every day to the work, coming back on the same route, and spend 40 years and then they retire. I really marvel at them. I don't understand how it happens, because I find it very difficult for myself that no change of scenario, but people probably were more focused earlier. Don't you think?
Yes, ma'am. Less of distractions at that time.
Less of distractions. So they knew that they have a job to do. They come back every day at the same time. They sit on the same chair. They ask for the same cup of tea. They have the same discussion, and they listen to the radio. And if 20, 30 years back, they started watching television, and that's the end of the day. So they have gotten used to a particular routine.
Yes.
So, but on the other hand, the generation, not me in particular, but all of you, the younger friends of mine, you really need to have the concentration brought back to your work because of the lot of
distractions. I think they were more content at that time. They did not want everything in life. They were content and they were happy. They used to love their family, enjoy with their family. Today, running after things, still we are not content, still we are not happy, and we want more.
I agree with you.
Ma'am,
मैम उन्हें उन चीजों से लगाव होता है, उन्हें उन चीजों से लगाव होता है और उनके साथ वो खुश रहते हैं और संतुष्ट रहते हैं।
रश्मि, आप जो कह रही हैं कि वो लोग शायद उन लोगों का एक नजरिया दूसरा था जिंदगी का, हमारा नजरिया दूसरा है, उन लोगों का नजरिया दूसरा था, और आप सोच सकते हैं कि हमारे नजरिए से हमारे बच्चों का नजरिया कितना फर्क होगा।
बिल्कुल सही मैम, बिल्कुल सही।
और जनरेशन कितना फर्क होता है। पुराने जमाने में 10 साल में कहते थे कि एक जनरेशन बदलती है रश्मि, अब हर 5 साल में नजरिए बदल जाते हैं। हर 5 साल में, हर 5 साल के बाद आप देखिए आजकल के बच्चे अगले 5 साल में कहां से कहां टेक्नोलॉजिकली वो लोग बड़े एडवांस होते जा रहे हैं, टेक्निकली एडवांस होते जा रहे हैं, लेकिन वो इमोशनली कितने एडवांस हो रहे हैं उनसे पूछिए आप, स्पिरिचुअली कितने एडवांस हो रहे हैं, फिजिकली कितने एडवांस हो रहे हैं। कितने लोग सारे दिन जो कंप्यूटर के आगे बैठे रहते हैं, अनफॉर्चुनेटली हम भी पिछले 2 सालों से कंप्यूटर से ही पढ़ा रहे हैं, कंप्यूटर से ही डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हम तो इसमें से निकल जाएंगे क्योंकि हम लोग को पता है कि लाइफ क्या होती है। लेकिन उन बच्चों का आप सोचिए जो सारे दिन कनेक्टेड हैं, वायर्ड हैं, इंटरनेट पे हैं, वेबसाइट्स पे हैं, मोबाइल्स पे हैं, उन लोगों को तो दूसरी जिंदगी है वो भूल ही गई है, वो भागने दौड़ने की, फिजिकल एक्सरसाइजेस की, अपने आप को मेंटेन करने की। तो ये सब चीजें नजरियों का बहुत फर्क होता है, ये हमें हमेशा ध्यान रखना चाहिए। तो लेट अस टुडे वी गो फर्दर। व्हाट आर द स्टेजेस ऑफ प्लानिंग, tracking, recording, processing, and visualizing in the Pomodoro technique? तो ये हमारे stages हैं. How to plan what you have to do, how to track, are you doing the thing that you were supposed to do, how to record that, are you satisfied with your progress, with your performance, process, make improvement to it and make it even better, and visualize that is your work going to be much better than what you had originally expected. So that these are the various stages of Pomodoro, which are fundamental to this technique. Some people, as I say, can even have the variation in the Pomodoro technique depending upon the natural concentration cycle, which means that you can even use a 90 minutes Pomodoro. Find out at which time of the day you are most productive, work out your own Pomodoro. So do that also. You work it out. Tell me, my dear friends, how much time can you really focus if not on 25? How much time can you be totally focused and away from any distraction? I can stay at my work for almost, without checking on anything for almost 2 hours.
Same here, ma'am.
And as I said, everybody has a different time. Everybody has a different time. I remain more focused in the afternoon. I feel greater focus in my work in the afternoon. Some people are early morning worker, some are late night, some are late evening. I prefer to work in the afternoon. I'm an afternoon person as far as the focus is concerned, not an early morning. The reason is very simple. All my life, I have been a teacher or a principal. When I was a teacher, always reaching school at 7 o'clock in the morning. My school was very early school, 7 o'clock. When I became a principal, very early school. 7:30, the school was on. I had to be in the school by 7 or 7:15. So almost now, how many years? I've been working in schools for more than 35 years. So what has happened? It has become a natural cycle because morning time is busy in doing a lot of things. But my focus is best in the afternoon. I feel comfortable. I feel energetic. And I feel I just have a cup of tea and then I'm ready to take up the next job for 2 hours. So that is, you find your own cycle. हर एक की अपनी cycle होती है, हर एक की अपना एक fixed time होता है जिसमें वो best काम करता है. जैसे पिछली बार आपने कहा था कि कुछ बच्चे रात को ज़्यादा काम करते हैं. They feel more focused. तो I find it very alarming because वो बहुत natural चीज़ नहीं है. ये बड़ी unnatural सी बात है कि आप दिन में सो रहे हैं और रात में आप काम कर रहे हैं. आप दिन में क्यों नहीं काम कर रहे हैं और रात में क्यों नहीं सो रहे हैं? So these will vary from one person to another person.
Ma'am, can I say something?
Yes, Arup, please go ahead.
हम लोग थोड़ा क्रिएटिव है. ऐसे 25 मिनट्स की बात किया, फिर आप टाइम्स की बात कर रहे थे, बहुत अच्छे, मतलब ये ठीक है सब. लेकिन हमारे लिए क्या होता है जब हम एकदम इन्वॉल्व हो जाते हैं ना टाइम पता चलते, ना वो सुबह शाम वो नहीं चल रहा. एक मूड आते हैं और मूड के हिसाब से काम करते हैं. चाहे बच्चे हैं, बच्चे को भी कभी क्लास लेते तो 1 घंटा पता ही नहीं चलता है, तो बहुत कम है, मतलब इतना जल्दी खत्म हो गया. बच्चे भी कहते हैं सर और करा के जाइए प्लीज. तो फोकस एक बात है, प्रैक्टिस भी आई थिंक प्रैक्टिस है. हम जब खुद काम करते हैं 9 घंटा 10 घंटे एक साथ बैठ जाते हैं, जब स्टूडियो में जाते हैं तो 5 घंटा एट ए टाइम बैठ गया, लगता है उठने के बाद कोई मिसिंग हो जाएगी. वो फोकस जो है मेरा मेंटली इतना बढ़ा हुआ है जो हमें आज करना है. और रिलैक्सेशन तब होता है जब कुछ निकाल के मजा आते हैं. आज रिलैक्सेशन बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, अब कुछ फील हो रहा है, कुछ किया है. तो टाइम थोड़ा सा आई थिंक मेरे हिसाब से थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस है और मजे की बात है, जो काम करके मजा कितना मिल रहा है.
ठीक कह रहे हैं. जब आप अपनी चीजों को देखते हैं जो आपने क्रिएट की हैं तो आपको जो खुशी मिलती है. मुझे याद है अभी 2 महीने पहले जब मैं राजेंद्र नगर आई थी एक प्रोग्राम के सिलसिले में, एक प्रोग्राम था वहां पे शाम में, और मैं वहां लॉन में कहीं खड़ी हुई थी, तो आप मेरे पास आए अरूप और आपने कहा कि आप मुझे कुछ दिखाना चाहते हैं. और रात हो चुकी थी, लाइट्स भी ज्यादा नहीं थी, पर आपने मुझे वो अपना काम दिखाया, बहुत अच्छा काम था. मुझे आपके काम को देखकर ये लगा कि जो आर्टिस्ट मुझे अपना काम दिखा रहे हैं उनको कितना प्राइड फील हो रहा है कि ये मेरा काम है, और वो अपने काम को लोगों के साथ शेयर करना चाहते हैं, लोगों के साथ बांटना चाहते हैं. मैंने आपके बातचीत में, आपकी एक्सप्लेनेशन में, आपके पूरी उस वक्त जो आपकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज थी उसमें मैंने ये देखा कि आप कितना ज्यादा इंटरेस्टेड और एनग्रॉस्ड है अपने काम में, कि आप अपने काम को लोगों को बताना चाहते हैं कि ये मेरी क्रिएशन है. मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगा कि आर्टिस्ट जो कुछ क्रिएट करता है जब वो लोगों को दिखाता है और लोग उसके बारे में कुछ अपना व्यू देते हैं, तो वो जो खुशी मिलती है आपको, वो आपने चाहे कितने महीने लगातार काम किया था बिना रेस्ट किए, वो खुशी से वो आपकी थकान दूर हो जाती है. क्या आपको ऐसा नहीं लगता कि कोई जब आपके काम को पसंद करता है तो आपको बड़ा अच्छा लगता है?
Obviously, yes मैम, एप्रिसिएशन तो जरूर अच्छा लगता है.
एप्रिसिएशन तो जिंदगी में सबको जरूरत है. ऐसा कोई पर्सन नहीं है जिसको एप्रिसिएशन की जरूरत नहीं है. और ये मेरे स्कूल में सब लोग बहुत अच्छी तरह से जानते हैं कि मैंने हमेशा ही लोगों को उनके अच्छे काम की प्रशंसा करने में मैंने कभी देरी नहीं की, क्योंकि मुझे मालूम है कि अच्छा काम लोगों के साथ शेयर करने से बढ़ता है, हौसला बढ़ता है, लोग उससे भी ज्यादा अच्छा काम करना चाहते हैं जो उन्होंने पहले किया था. दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट कि एप्रिसिएशन गोज अ लॉन्ग वे. सो लेट अस गो फर्दर विद पोमोडोरो. और अब हम देखते हैं, अब नाउ वी आर चेंजिंग ट्रैक अ लिटिल बिट. बिफोर आई गो टू द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक, I would like any thoughts so far on Pomodoro? Anything that we have not discussed about Pomodoro? Anything that
ma'am, I would like to add on one thing. I think the kind of work, if we are doing a work which we enjoy, then our concentration is for a longer period compared to a work which we are doing forcefully or we are not doing by heart. So that thing also matters.
I agree with you. You know, Shilpa, there are, during the interviews sometimes when I'm interviewing teachers and I look at their CVs and then I see that the person had done a non-medical in the class 12 and done very well. The teaching job that they have come for is something like they're teaching either English or they're teaching computer or they have applied for the pre-primary job. So I asked them, you had done science in class 12. You must have thought something before taking science. And now you've come for a pre-primary, but you did not have any idea that you shall be doing after BSc, you will be going to the pre-primary teaching. And you know what they say? I feel very sad about it. Many answers are, ma'am, I did my non-medical in class 12, but after that, I could not get admission in the desired course. So I settled down with whatever I got. And I feel very sad. Because that person left the entire desire that person had, entire ambition that the person had. And now the person is wandering here and there. The person loses motivation. The person says that I had invested myself so much into what I wanted to achieve. And when I could not do that, I'm just doing all kind of things, but I'm not doing what I wanted to do. I really feel sad about it. And then Shilpa and all my dear friends, I can tell you, when you give up on your interest, then whatever you do, it cannot be as good as what could have been if you had achieved what you wanted to achieve. Because then you are just earning a living. The teacher is just, because everybody needs job, the teacher, poor thing, also needs a job. Who has come, she may have been jobless for a long time. So she comes, she says, I'm doing this because one, you have advertised for it, you have a vacancy for it, and I'm willing to work because I don't have a job. I feel extremely sad about it. And I really hope and pray that everybody gets to do what the person wants to do. Because then you will have the best work. आप अगर आज अपने किसी आर्टिस्ट टीचर को आप बोलते हैं, आप अरूप को बोलते हैं, या आप शौहरदो को बोलते हैं, या आप दीप्ति को बोलते हैं कि अब आप आर्ट मत पढ़ाइए क्योंकि हमारे पास आर्ट के टीचर थोड़े ज्यादा हैं, तो आप ऐसा कीजिए, आप थोड़े दिनों के लिए लैंग्वेज पढ़ा दीजिए. They are nice people. They will say, okay, मैंने स्कूल में इतने साल काम किया है और अब प्रिंसिपल मुझे कह रही हैं कि आप एक साल इंग्लिश पढ़ा दीजिए, तो मैं इंग्लिश भी पढ़ा देती हूँ. मगर आप उनसे पूछिए, वो पढ़ा तो देंगे, बच्चों को होमवर्क भी देंगे, पढ़ाएंगे भी, सब कुछ करेंगे, लेकिन वो दिल से नहीं करेंगे, वो खुशी से नहीं करेंगे. बिकॉज उनकी जो एक्सपर्टीज है, दैट इज डिफरेंट. दे लाइक समथिंग एल्स. दे लाइक, some people are artists, they want to paint. Some people are amazing at speaking. They want to meet with people. They want to be in the public view. They want to speak to a large gathering in the large audience, and they feel very happy about it. And some are very serious research scholars. They sit in their offices the whole day, and one after the other, they churn out the best papers and write books, and they sit in their beautiful offices and keep doing the same thing over and over again. Everybody has an interest. Do what is really your forte, what is really your interest. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I also come to the second part of this topic, and that is zombies of procrastination. You know what are zombies? Does anybody know what is zombies? Young kids know very well who are zombies, and they could be afraid of zombies.
Yes, ma'am. Dead body moving. Yeah, just without any brain or mind.
They're wandering.
Just the body moving, but
the dead body is rising. The dead body is rising and moving all around. Yeah, they're very scary actually. If you ask me, I don't like the horror movies at all. So the habit of procrastination is a zombie. It's a dead habit. You don't want dead habit with you. Throw it away. Remove it from your life. So why do we delay or postpone something? Let's discuss it today. It's a habitual or intentional delay of starting or finishing the work. The examples are putting off household chores, excusing yourself from daily exercising, submitting a job report, broaching a sensitive issue with your friend or family. That is procrastination. And a very common habit, very common habit. I know a lot of people, including my own mother. If I tell her, why haven't you gone for your evening walk today? And all 7 days of the week, she has 7 different reasons for not going. Today it is very cold, it is very hot, it is very dusty, and I'm feeling a little tired, and I've not had a cup of tea, or I'll go tomorrow. Today I don't feel like going. And on the other hand, totally contrast is the daughter. Rain, shine, thunderstorm, water, anything, ready for a walk, all 24/7, 365 days of the year. So what does that mean? That I have not been able to remove this procrastination from her. And I feel very unhappy about it. So then I actually drag her with me every day now. Come and walk a little bit. How long are you going to sit here forever? And this is the reason why procrastination is a dead habit. The sooner you remove it, the better it is. Anything can be the cause of procrastination. Everybody has a different reason. Because the trouble is, I've often asked her, tell me one thing, why do you always avoid walking? But then she never gives the reason. She says, because I don't like too hot, I don't like too cold, and I'm a little tired, and there is no reason, because probably either they don't understand the reason or they just got habitual of it. Delay in the report, delay in the homework done by the student, delay in the household things to be done, delaying for everything. And the commonest delay across the board, over the world, is delay in your physical exercises. This is the commonest delay. Out of 100, 90% people are delaying their time in exercising. What do you think about it? Now we have a sports person. Sunil, tell us that why people procrastinate on physical activities.
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, the effort put in, it takes, personally, people don't take themselves so seriously, what I feel. And then they think every other thing is very important than themselves. So they procrastinate their own well-being compared to that. Though it should be the other way around. It should be the first. We should take care of our health, and then the rest things fall in.
Absolutely.
So we have a number of teachers like that. They have some work at 5 o'clock in the evening, like we're having yoga sessions. So people have I have to take my dog out. I have this thing coming. I have to go there. So many excuses they have. They miss out the workout. So this is very common practice.
It's a very common practice. So this is a perspective of physical education teacher. Let me look at, I can see the two artists here. I can see Shohardo and Deepti. So Shohardo, I have in fact one day advised you that, do some bit of, you are a great artist and I really appreciate your work, but do some physical activity also. So what do you think? Do you procrastinate, or do you delay, or you don't enjoy it? Be absolutely frank. I mean, we are not sitting on judgment on you.
Yes, ma'am. Previously, I did not enjoy the physical activities. From the lockdowns, from when the lockdown started, last 1 year, I am doing the exercises in the morning, and I am doing evening walk also.
Okay, Deepti, what do you think? You are an artist.
Ma'am, I have a
very good artist, and I really appreciate it. But tell me about your physical activities.
Ma'am, I am a fitness freak. Like, I have a fixed routine for exercising, and I will not compromise it for anything. Like, even if I am damn tired the whole day sitting for the workshops, whatever, but that 40-45 minutes I have to devote to exercise, because otherwise then I'm not able to focus on the work also.
Exactly.
I feel frustrated about it. So I was quite heavy before, long time back. But after I started exercising, I have lost a lot of weight, like around 10 to 12 kgs I have lost. Those who know me, they know that I was quite fat, and because of that, I was having a lot of medical problems. So I feel that, ma'am. But another thing I want to add here, at times I feel that I get so much of work. I'm very systematic in doing my work, as generally I'm systematic, but I feel that at times I get overworked with so much of pressure and everything that I'm not able to meet the deadlines. So I'm really looking forward to a solution to that, because I'm feeling very stressed about a lot of work pressure and I'm not able to meet the deadlines. Like I have to submit a report or I have to give a presentation or something. Like I'm devoting my 100%, but still I'm not able to do that work. So will that also come under procrastination?
No. If something goes beyond the natural limits of the body and the mind, then it is not procrastination. If you are devoted the entire day on your work, on your responsibilities, both household and your work responsibilities, and you're not wasting time, you're not delaying, you're not following delaying tactics, and you're still not able to deliver, that means that either the proportion of the work and the time are mismatched, or you have to answer yourself, because I don't know, or your energy levels have fallen down because of lack of motivation, interest, or appreciation, or anything. I mean, these are the two causes I'm concerned, because with my experience into training, these are the only two things of a person who has done her 100% best, but still cannot complete the task given to her, only because of, I repeat, 1, disproportionate time and the work, 2, fall in the natural capacity to work. These are the two reasons. What are the reasons with you? You have to find out. But I can, from what I know of you, Deepti, I have worked with you for 2 years, and I can put it on record that you are one of the finest teachers I have ever come across. Not only for your work, but also for the commitment that you have. So this is my personal, though this is a personal experience of mine working with you, but I can tell you that one has to find out what is the reason. Has there been a drop in your physical endurance? Has there been a problem which you have to address, which you are not able to find out? For example, it's not very personal, but like Sunil has been through a very bad time in the last 1 month. Terrible time. And we know that. And we have brought him back from the worst of his phases of life. So obviously it will take some time for him to recover from that level back to the level of endurance that he had earlier. And we have to remember that. But even after 2 months or even after 3 months, if he's not able to bring himself back into the same level of endurance, then he has to find out what is the reason. Has there been a drop in his own physical capacity, or has there been a drop in his own mental enthusiasm? It could be anything.
Yes,
that I cannot answer. Yes. That I cannot answer. That you have.
I've understood, ma'am. I've clearly understood the point.
Okay, great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Now let's look at the reasons for procrastination. Anxiety, impulsiveness, avoiding, denial, distraction, lack of willpower. Anything. We are very anxious sometimes. We are very anxious. No, it's very difficult, and I cannot do that. It's so difficult. I will not be able to do it. Delay it. Impulsive. People are very moody sometimes. And when they're very impulsive, they can procrastinate. They say, why right now? I can do it later on. Another 1 hour. What is the big deal? Impulsive. Or quickly getting distracted by something. Or avoid. They avoid something. They avoid a serious question. They avoid a serious discussion. They are afraid of looking at the point absolutely as the point blank. Look at the issue into its eyes and say that I am going to deal with it. But they don't. They avoid. That is the problem. And they deny. How do they deny? I don't. I'm fine without it. I don't need it. I don't have to do it. I don't have to waste my time on it. They deny. And then it's not important. It may be most important for all you know. But they deny because they know that probably they will not be reaching there. Probably they will not be meeting the pressures or the deadlines. Distraction. That is in today's students' commonest thing. Distracted. Anything. They could be very distracted. And lack of willpower. Real lack of willpower. How many of us can say that once I have decided on something, I am going and doing it. Come what may. Nothing is going to stop me. Neither illness, nor distraction, nor people, nor elements, nothing. That is the kind of willpower that we would like to build for us. How many of us have it? If you don't have, we need to build on it. And how we do it? Again, I have no answer to that. You have the answer to that. How will you build up that willpower? What is your source of determination? Why do you want to do something? Does it give you happiness? Does it give you name, fame, position, status, recognition, appreciation? What does it give you? Find out. And then be determined. Because when you see that the reward is there, when you see the reward is coming your way, then you know that you are going to work for it. And this reward, my dear ladies and gentlemen, is not only the reward of increment, reward of a formal position, reward of a status, it could be a reward of appreciation as well. As I said, when you are appreciated, you feel happy. When you're recognized for your abilities, you feel happy. Because all human beings thrive on appreciation. There is nothing like a good word of appreciation. I can tell you that. Find out what is it that will give you greater willpower and tap into that source. We then go on to the behaviors and practices that can reduce procrastination. Maybe some of us will find our reasons here. Be aware of your habits and thoughts. Be aware. Be honest to yourself. You're not being honest to others, if at all, but you are going to be honest with yourself. Seek help for coping with fear, anxiety, stress. How do you seek help? You seek help by talking with friends. You sometimes seek help medically for addressing some medical problem. You seek help from a counselor, a psychiatrist, if there is a mental problem, mental issue, a fear of anything. If you are stressed, you find out what can reduce the stress. Could it be some physical activity? Could it be going and spending your time in nature? Doing what will reduce your stress? So find out, answer these questions to yourself. Identify your personal strength and your personal weaknesses. Extremely important. All of us. You might have heard about a very famous management technique, SWOT analysis. Strengths, weaknesses, threats, and opportunities. So could anyone out of this large gathering tell us any one of your personal strength and any one of your personal weakness?
Determination, ma'am.
Your strength?
Yes.
Okay. Satish, would you like
my strength, yes, ma'am, my strength is my fitness.
Fitness. Wonderful. Who else would like to speak about it? Strength. Let's see what, because it might help the others to identify what is our strength.
Patience.
Patience. Indu is talking about patience. Okay.
Ma'am, for me, it will be sincerity and passion to do something.
Sampati has sincerity and passion as her strength. Great.
Dedication also.
Dedication to work. Sunanda.
And for me, ma'am, it's looking at the positive side of everything.
Looking at positive sides.
Yeah, and patience.
Most of your battle is won if you're always looking at the positive side of things.
Yeah.
Things do have positive side also. Yeah. Great.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
Yeah, ma'am. I think what I feel that the sense of responsibility in life, be it in terms of their working life or their family life, it all matters that whether you follow that Pomodoro cycle properly or whether you find the reasons to procrastinate. So this is what I personally feel that it is the ownership of that responsibility wherever you and whatever place you are.
Ownership and accountability. Yeah, that's a great strength. That's a great strength. So a lot of participants have expressed their views on personal strength, but probably you would not like to share any reason of weakness. Any weakness which you have to.
Yes, ma'am. I would like to share, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
I will talk about only weakness, not strength. So I think that I'm not able to say no for anything, whether that like any kind of in professional life also and in personal life also. I'm not able to say no for anything. I think that acts as my weakness many a times.
Yes, it is a weakness. Because when you have a valid reason for saying a no, when you have a valid reason, then it's a weakness. And you don't say that, it's a weakness.
Good morning, ma'am.
I appreciate
my weakness is I'm so foodie. I cannot stop while seeing the delicious food. I cannot stop myself to.
That's a weakness. That's a weakness.
That is my weakness.
Yeah. I'm emotional. Ramanjeet, I would like to say something to this. Once upon a time, even I was a big foodie and I had much more weight than I have right now, in spite of the fact that I've always been a physical fitness person. So I happened to have an experience where I was made to see a life which will have limited amount of food, but unlimited amount of excitement, an unlimited amount of energy. And what could be the benefits of saying a no to food? Like Deepti saying no. I could start saying no to the best of foods. The finest of the world's food could be on the table. But if I don't have to have it, I have that capacity to say no. I learned it I learned it almost 15 years back. But Ramanjeet, this has remained with me since then. Saying no to food, which is not good for me. It has never changed. So Ramanjeet, probably this weakness, but I'm glad you've taken the first step, Ramanjeet, and that is in accepting, being aware. How many of you are aware? How many of us are aware of it? I'm so delighted, Ramanjeet, with the way you put it across, because few people have that courage and determination to accept that this is a weakness and I need to address it and I need to come out of it. I'm so delighted to hear that. Is there anybody who would like to? Yes, Sadhna?
Ma'am, my weakness is I can't control my emotions. I'm very weak on that part.
Some people could cry at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I know. That's a weakness, yes.
So how to go about it, ma'am? I'm ever ready to take any responsibility, but I can't control my emotions.
You're more emotional. You have a higher EQ as compared to the others. But EQ does not mean crying also. Let me tell you. EQ is a strength of emotion, not a weakness of emotion. So Sadhna, again, much as I would like to give any techniques to address it, but it's only, you've already taken the first step today by saying that this is, and you've said it publicly. When you say something publicly, it's a big responsibility on you. You have taken the onus of that. But you will be surprised, Sadhna, from today onwards, your life is going to change slowly. Your life is going to change. Ramanjeet's life is going to change gradually. Everybody's life is going to change gradually because you have already said, this is my weakness and I need to address that weakness. Sooner or later, something will tell you on your own what you need to do to remove this weakness, Sadhna. So you've already started addressing that issue. And wonderful for that. I'm glad you said that.
Ma'am, Dasa wants to say something.
Yes, please. Sure, though.
Yes, good morning, ma'am. I feel my biggest weakness is my mind wanders. That I'm doing some work and suddenly I remember that another work is to be done. So I just, my focus got distracted.
Focus gets shifted. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. That indeed is a weakness, because leaving something which you already have in your hand and chasing another thing while, you are doing something else, and that is a weakness. And again, as I said, Shohardo, if you have already identified the weakness, it will be just a matter of time. Some people will take weeks, some months, some years of practice, but they will get out of this weakness. I can assure you that. That is a very wonderful thing that you are saying. So let's go on to something more. And this is what everybody knows. Scheduling our daily activities. I often make a list, setting up priorities. What is most important for you? And what is of moderate importance? What is of least importance? Identify that task. Shut off the chats, messages, every distraction, everything. So this is which we have been discussing for the last 2 days. Let's see now how to rewire our old habits. Identify the same habits that get you into the delaying mode. And therefore, develop a new hobby, a new interest. Some of us, want to maybe acquire something and want to learn music on it. So we look forward to something. So I look forward to something in your life. Look forward to an interest. Look forward to your hobby. Something which you've never done before. Change the place of work where you sit every day. Even that brings in excitement. Think of the reward that you are going to get at the end of your work. Feel a sense of pride after accomplishing it. Be excited. Reward yourself. How many of you, tell me honestly, how many of you have done something very nice and then you have gone to celebrate it? Celebrate with friends, celebrate with other people. How many of you have ever done it? I do it very often. I do something which is extremely important to me and it had been done very wonderfully. I collect my friends and I said, come, let's go and meet. Meet together and go for a dinner, go for a coffee. Just have a lot of fun. And that is most interesting to do. Celebrate yourself. Have a comforting break during your day. Have a coffee break or a movie or anything that you want to. After a long Pomodoro of, let's say, four Pomodoros, 2 hours of work, enjoy yourself with half an hour of movie watching, and then you can again continue it the next day. Make deadlines. Important. Tell yourself, come what may, this is the deadline. Whether you are alive or dead, you're finishing it. So these are some techniques to rewire your old habits. And we all need to do them.
Ma'am?
Yes.
I'd just like to add something here. In the last week, we had another workshop, and there it was just a de-stressing and talking about each other. So there we were told that we must have me time. Firstly, me time in the day. And secondly, we should try to be our own favorites. So I am my own favorite. This is one thing we learned, and I think we connected here.
Oh, wonderful. Very nice. Of course, if you don't like yourself, Sampati, then who would you ever like? Your love begins with yourself. Who is the most important person? And I remember Vivekananda said, I am the most important person. Because if you are not even giving importance to yourself, who are you giving importance to then? That means you are nothing. You are a nobody. The spiritual masters may say that you are a nobody. I believe in what Vivekananda said, and that is start with yourself. If you can appreciate yourself, if you can understand yourself, then you can understand the others, then you can appreciate the others, and then you can work with others. So first, you have to work with yourself. So that is what is my personal philosophy. So I develop my self-belief from there, from that Vivekananda. I develop my self-belief because that gives me strength. It is the only source of strength I have. And it keeps me remembering that I could do a lot. I could achieve a lot if I really want. I can achieve the result I can get what I want. I will reach that position. I am very valuable. Give these. Have you heard of these auto suggestions? I really want you to start doing that. So all my dear friends, Deepti, are you listening? Start developing self-belief and tell yourself, I'm very valuable. And I will be able to reach it one day. I will get what I want to. That's very important.
You remember your strength, we can easily show on your face, your glowing skin, your way of talking, which gives us really a relaxing. Last year, I just heard attended your workshop. So at that time, I was not familiar with you, but today and yesterday, I'm really eagerly waiting to attend your session. Yes, I'm getting something like that, which is I'm feeling like that somebody is grasping us, somebody is knowing us, and accordingly you give some suggestion to us. So that is very but touching heart, my heart also. So your strength, I can say you that just looking from your face, it's a totally different light on your face. Maybe over the years, we can also get the same light on my face.
You know, Ramanjeet,
yes, ma'am. Same here.
Experience, Ramanjeet. It's been a lot of years of doing work and, you know, particularly helping teachers out with the help of training. So it is just experience. And I'm sure, Ramanjeet, you are going to be there one day. Don't worry about that. And maybe I will have to take an appointment to ask you that, can I please come into your training program? Throw away all your worries. Throw away all the worries. Focus.
I will try to achieve it.
Thanks, Ramanjeet. Focus on the process. Focus on what is required now. Do the actions that are needed today, now. Look at the things with a fresh set of eyes, fresh pair of eyes, nothing like that. And have some new thoughts built into your mind. Create, remove. You remember somebody said so wonderfully in the previous session, it is important to forget the previous memories so that we can bring in new memories. Because the brain has a limited amount to store. Out of those billions of memories that you have to remove some. And automatically you will be surprised. Some of them get thrown away on their own. So let us build some new thoughts. And this is a beautiful saying which I really like. Procrastination is like a credit card. It's fun till you get the bill. So it's all right. Those of you who have got the credit card, you know how wonderfully empowered I feel when I have the credit card. Go to the market. Sky is the limit. Buy anything because it is a credit card. But enjoy that only till the bill comes. And when the bill comes, then you wonder, oh my God, what did I buy so much? How am I going to pay for it? So what is procrastination? Procrastination is like a credit card. It's fun till you get the bill. It is so much better, my dear ladies and gentlemen, to spend from the debit card because you already have that money. You already have that source. You already have that capacity, the capability to do out of your own reservoir. That is most important. So thank you very much for this session. I enjoyed it.
Ma'am, Naveen this side.
Naveen, yes, please.
Ma'am, I want to say something regarding time management. Ma'am, there is a word in music, time theory of ragas. Suppose हम लोगों का lunch time या dinner time, dinner means late night dinner food. हमारे म्यूजिक में भी जो रात सुबह गाया जाता है वो शाम को नहीं गाया जाता है. अगर वो टाइम निकल गया है तो वो वापस नहीं आएगा, नेक्स्ट सर्कल में आएगा. हम जो अगर सपोज हमें अपने आप को हेल्दी रखना है तो हमारे को मॉर्निंग वॉक, जैसे मैं अभी 2 घंटे सिर्फ अपने आप को देता हूँ, अपने प्लांट्स और अपने आप को मॉर्निंग वॉक, अपने प्लांट्स को वॉश करना, वाटरिंग और ये सब चीज. और एक टाइम ऐसा कि जैसे हमारे राग टाइम थ्योरी ऑफ, मैं बता रहा था क्योंकि म्यूजिक में टाइम थ्योरी ऑफ रागास है, ऐसे ये टाइम मैनेजमेंट है कि जो टाइम फिक्स है वो टाइम उसी टाइम पे वो काम करना है. अदरवाइज तभी आप सक्सेस पा सकते हैं, वरना नहीं आपको सक्सेस मिलेगा। अगर आप टाइम थ्योरी ऑफ मैनेजमेंट या टाइम थ्योरी ऑफ रागास को, हम म्यूजिकल लैंग्वेज में बात कर रहा हूँ, अगर हम टाइम थ्योरी ऑफ रागास को फॉलो नहीं करेंगे तो टाइम मैनेजमेंट इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इन आवर लाइफ।
टाइम मैनेजमेंट नवीन हर चीज की है। और जैसे आप राग की बात कर रहे हैं, जो राग सबसे सुबह गाया जाता है, पहले पहर में गाया जाता है, और कई राग रात को भी गाए जाते हैं। कई राग रात को भी गाए जाते हैं। तो जो राग आप उसके समय के हिसाब से गा रहे हैं,
exactly,
वो वही राग सबसे अच्छा, कानों को मधुर लगता है।
उसका इम्पैक्ट भी वही होगा, उस राग की फीलिंग्स है, उस राग की फीलिंग्स है। मैं अगर मालकों से दरबारी सुबह गाऊंगा तो वो इम्पैक्ट नहीं आएगा, वो फीलिंग्स नहीं आएंगी। वही बात में कि मॉर्निंग वॉक में अगर इवनिंग वॉक करता हूँ तो उसका इम्पैक्ट वो नहीं है। इम्पैक्ट होगा मगर वो नहीं होगा जो मॉर्निंग में होगा। तो टाइम मैनेजमेंट,
मॉर्निंग वॉक नवीन जैसा आप कह रहे हैं, मुझे ही पर्सनली लगता है कि मॉर्निंग वॉक अपने आप को रिफ्रेश करने के लिए, नेचर से कनेक्ट करने के लिए है। इवनिंग वॉक मेरे लिए एक तरह की एक्सरसाइज है, फिजिकल एक्टिविटी है। और मॉर्निंग वॉक एक तरह की स्पिरिचुअल इमोशनल एक्टिविटी, जो आप म्यूजिक के लिए वो बात ठीक है। थैंक यू सो मच नवीन फॉर शेयरिंग।
मैम ये थीम हो गया हमारे आज के अभी वर्कशॉप का, जो राग जिस समय का है उसी समय गाया जाना चाहिए।
बिल्कुल ठीक बात है। थैंक यू साधना। So Nehal, it is 11:06. Can we meet at 11:25?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So see you then on the other side of the break.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, teachers, we are going to end the meeting and we'll start again 11:25. Thank you so much.